words of inspiration and love. Oh, how we live and what we say. It's Stampin' Up and it's our way.
Hi everyone, it's Pauline from Stamp with Pauline, and today I thought I'd be back with another card for you. This again is following on from my series using the Delightful Wishes card kit that we did for the month of March. This was my last class and the ladies came and we spent the day together making cards. Everyone gets to pick a different bundle, and one of the ladies actually picked a different bundle this time, and I have asked to borrow her bundle, so thank you, Judy. And on here, this is the Twisted in Time stamp set. So she ordered this bundle instead of the Delightful Wishes. So I'm actually converting all of the cards that I did with the Delightful Wishes, and I'm swapping it out for using the Twisted in Time, so that you can just sort of see that the same card, just used with a different stamp. I'm not changing any of the layouts, everything's exactly the same. With the last card that I have done though, I did use the die from the Delightful Wishes, and I may end up by doing something similar to that with this card as well. I'll see how I go, but this is the card that we made. So this is the Delightful Wishes. I have used the Blackberry Bliss cardstock. I have used the Stampin' Up designer series paper. This was from the Celebration, and I just thought this was a really nice coloured card. So there's a card for you just so you can sort of see what I've done. Again, I've die cut it twice to get the happy birthday shorter, so that I didn't have the "you a happy birthday" because I wasn't putting on the wishing. I've done a big chunky couple of strands of the linen thread to get that look on there. So I've also used on this one the new Starburst, I think they're called Starburst, what are they called? Yeah, Starburst Sequence, and that's what they look like. And so we're going to be using some of those with this card as well. So I'll flip the camera and we'll get started on making this card, but using the Twisted in Time. So let's see how that goes. All right. Okay, so the base card is half a sheet of A4 cardstock. It is the Blackberry Bliss cardstock. I'm going to fold that to make a tent fold card. And then I've got my piece of designer series paper here as well. So we'll grab hold of that. And glue that down. So pretty on both sides. I had thought about just then flipping it over to make it use the other pattern, but I'm going to go with this because I think the stamp will be quite good on this one. So I'm going to grab some basic white, and I've got a little bit of basic white here, and I'm going to grab the Blackberry Bliss stamp, and I'm going to just ink up on here just the happy birthday, stamp that down, and then I'm going to run that through the die cutting machine twice, one so that it is stamped near the happy, and then one at the Y of the birthday, so that will go through twice. So we'll get rid of that. So that's the happy birthday now done. What I did was cut two of the branches out, which then we're able to hear, and I've interlocked them, not glued down all of the pieces so that I can actually tuck in some of the flowers under the branches. I've got a couple of raised up ones as well. What a little tip with this set is use the adhesive sheeting. I found using the adhesive sheeting was a lot easier to get these inserts of this onto here. And now they're not meant to line up. So they're meant to be spriggy and sprayy and all over the place, okay? So just be aware that if you do get the Delightful Wishes, they don't always perfectly line up, so don't stress about that. So I've got some of this, which is the Petunia Pop, and I'm going to just decide whether or not I really want to use the other stamp in this set, and I'm just wondering whether or not it will actually work if I stamp the Blackberry Bliss here and do the Blackberry Bliss tree stump as well, or cut out the inside. Let's go with the other one. I won't do this one. I'll do that in this colour, and I might grab some more Blackberry Bliss to do the outside. So if I do the Blackberry Bliss there, yeah. All right, let's try that. So I've cut out the Blackberry Bliss, but on the Petunia Pop, I'm going to add some adhesive sheeting to the Petunia Pop. I'm just going to make sure. It doesn't matter if you don't get all of it on the sticky, just as long as you get majority of it. I think it needs to go that way so I get majority of that. All right, I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so what I've done now is I have cut out this, the tree root with the tree in the Blackberry Bliss. I've got this done in the Petunia Pop, and I have stamped on my basic white with the Blackberry Bliss, and I'm going to be gluing that. I have just fussy cut all the way along the edge of the stamp itself because I wanted to make sure that I had enough of that Blackberry Bliss just showing through on parts of my tree. So I want that to show. So I have just fussy cut around that. And then I've got my tree root here, and I'm just going to try and find the end so I can peel away. Just need to find like a starting point to get the adhesive off. And I think that's going to be where it's going to start. All right, so I'm just going to carefully pull away. And with the adhesive sheeting, sometimes with these fine intricate dies, the adhesive actually takes away some of the inner panelly bits. So you don't have to sit there and poke. So just gently pull away all of the adhesive. Just see how that's just taken away quite a lot of that intricate sort of pulling. There's just a few that are obviously still stuck in there, but it does pretty well in getting rid of the majority of those. So I'm going to just peel away that bit of adhesive and that bit. And I've got one little tiny bit. Tweezers do come in handy for these little intricate pieces as well. All right, so now unstick it from myself and laying that down. Just gather that. Just take your time positioning it into the spots where it's got to go, and then just smooth out the tree. Okay, I'm going to be adding some foam strip to my words. So that can go onto there. I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back of the tree as well. And one more there. Okay, and then let's see how this goes. I've just got to get the twine out so I can add a bow to this. So I'm going to pop my tree just off to the side a little bit, I think, like that. And then grab hold of the thread. Could have gone smack bang in the center. So tie a bow. I've made that a fairly loose open bow. And just unravel it like so. And then I'm going to add, I think I'll have the sentiment just here. Like that. And then just to finish that off, just adhere that bow. So I'm just going to take a few mini glue dots, just pop that under there, remove the backings, slide in my bow and press down. Just give that a little tweak, and I'll just trim that off. And lastly to do is add some bling, and I might just pop a little mini dimensional just at the end of my sentiment, right on the end there. And then open up my, there we go, like so. And then I'll finish this off with just, I think I will add white to this, just a couple of white ones on here, and that is the card done. So there is all of the pieces for this card. It's pretty much using most of what I have done. Like I said, I just added a bit of extra ink to my stamp. So this is Blackberry Bliss, just to give it that on there. And that's the card done. So again, same card, same design, just swapping out the stamp set does make it something different. So yeah. All right, well, I hope you liked that one, and I will see you next time. Bye.
What we love, what we do makes a difference in me and you. All these years of